Hello student. In this video I am going to solve the most expected question in JEE 2020 from the chapter solutions. Let me solve the question one by one. See the first question here. 1.0 molar aqueous solution of an electrolyte X3Y2 is 25% ionized. The boiling point of the solution is, they are given the Kb value. Kb value for water is 0.52 Kelvin into kg per mole. Okay, let me solve the particular questions here. Okay, see the particular electrolyte what they are given. So they are given the which is the word the, that is the word X3, that is the word the Y2. After the word the particular the word the, that is the word the dissociations. Here we are going to get the word the 3, that is the word the X2 plus the word the 2, that is the word the Y3 minus. Okay, so now you just identify before dissociation. Before dissociation, this will be the word the 1, this will be the word the 0. And after dissociation, that means you are the after dissociations here. I am going to write there is some degree of the dissociation. I can write the 1 minus alpha. Here I can write the 3 alpha. Here it will be the 2 alpha because we are having 2 moles. Okay. Now we have to identify the total number of the moles. Okay, the total number of moles that becomes which in the 1 minus alpha plus 3 alpha plus 2 alpha. So now the totally what you are going to get, that is the 1 plus 4 alpha. And also they are given the alpha which is equal to the 25%. Okay, that means the alpha that becomes which is the 0.25. Okay, so now we know that I, that is the Van't Hoff factor, the total number of moles after, that is the dissociation. So to the total number of moles before dissociation. Okay, what is the total number of moles we got? That is the 1 plus 4 alpha. The initial moles will be the 1. So hence this value, so I can take it as a which is the 1 plus 4 alpha. They are given the alpha, that is the 1 plus 4 into 0.25. The value, the I value that becomes the which one, that is the 2. Okay, now see the next one here. Here you have to calculate the which one, that is the boiling point of the solution. We know the elevation in boiling point equation, that is delta TB which is equal to I into M. Because why you have to take the M? Because they are given the molality into the Kb. So now we know the delta TB, that is nothing but the boiling point of the solution minus the boiling point of the which is the solvent. Okay, I value we got, that is the 2, molality is the 1, Kb value is the 0.52. And here in the option they are given in terms of the Kelvin. So hence we have to take the boiling point of the water in terms of the Kelvin. That is refers to which in the 373. If you multiply this value, that becomes the 1.04. Now see this one, TB dash, that is a boiling point of the solution which is equal to 1.04 plus 373. The value what you are going to get is 374.04 Kelvin. Hence in this case the option is which one, that is the second one. Okay, next one. 3.0 molar sodium hydroxide solution has a density of 1.110 gram per ml. The molarity of the solution is, okay, we have to know the relation between the molality and also the which in the molarity. Now this is the particular relation. This is the small letter m stand for the which is the molality. Molality which is equal to molarity into the 1000. So divided by, so density into 1000, density into 1000. Next thing is the minus, okay, molarity into which is the molecular weight. Okay, so what is the molality they are given? That is the 3.0. So we don't know the molarity, we have to calculate. That is the m into 1000. Okay, but they are given the density. The density value they are given is the 1.110 into 1000. Okay. And next thing is we don't know the molarity, that means I'm going to keep this value here. Now see this one, what is W? That's the molecular weight of the sodium hydroxide. The molecular weight of the sodium hydroxide will be the 40. Okay, I'm going to take this is the 40. Okay, now see this one. Okay, I'm going to take this value to here. So this becomes the what? Okay, just identify this one here. So here 3.0 into, okay, this I'm going to multiply. Here you're going to get the 1000, that is the 110. Okay, so minus we are having which is the 40, that is the m, which is equal to which is the 1000 m. Okay, if you multiply this one, here we are going to get, that is a 3330. So minus the which is the 120 m, which is equal to which is your the 1000, that is your the m. Okay, now see this one here. Here we have to calculate. Okay, just go to this one here. So 330 which is equal to, okay, when it comes to the word the right hand side, that becomes the plus. Okay, directly I'm going to write the value, that is the 1000 to the 120, that is your the m. So what will be the word the m, that is your the 3330, so divided by the which is your the 1120. Here the value what you are going to get is your the 2.97. The 2.9732. This is the word the molarity. Okay, hence in this case the option is a which one, that is the word the A. And you have to remember this equation, the word the relation between the word the molality and also the which in the word the molarity. Okay, so next one. If 250 ml of a solution contains 24.5 grams sulfuric acid, the molarity and normality respectively are. Okay, so you have to remember the equations to calculate the which in the word the molarity. Molarity which is equal to W2 into 1000. The W2 stands for the which is the mass of the solute, divided by the M2. M2 is nothing but the which in the word the molar mass of the word the solute. That means the mass by molar mass is nothing but the word the number of moles into the word the volume. That refers to which in the volume of the solution. What is the mass there given? That is your the 24.5 into 1000. The molar mass of the sulfuric acid, if you calculate, you are going to get the 90. The volume what they are given, that is your the 250. Okay, so now if we calculate the molarity, here we are going to get the which is your the 1 molar, or as your the mole per liter. But what you have to calculate, we got the molarity, but the normality and the molarity equation. Okay, the normality which is equal to molarity into, if it is an acid, we have to take the which is your the basicity. The basicity of the sulfuric acid. The basicity of the sulfuric acid is 2 because it is a dibasic acid. Okay, so normality which is equal to, what is the molarity value we got, that is the 1. The basicity is the 2. Hence the normality, that value that becomes the 2 normal. Okay, hence in this case the molarity is the 1, normality is the 2. Okay, hence the option is A. Next one. An aqueous solution of the methanol in water as vapor pressure. Okay, just identify this one here. Here they are given the word the methanol. Okay, let me write the particular the formula, the CH3OH and the word the water. So we know that the word the methanol, that means the word the vapor pressure of methanol is greater than the which is the word the vapor pressure of the which one, the water. Because the boiling point is more for the water as compared to the which is the methyl alcohol. Hence the vapor pressure of the the methyl alcohol will be greater than the vapor pressure of water. Okay, but see the next one. The aqueous solution of the the methanol. That means here we can identify the the methanol in the the water. The methanol in, that is the water. Okay, so which is nothing but the which is the total vapor pressure, which is nothing but the you have to identify the total vapor pressure. That means what happens to the total vapor pressure? The total vapor pressure will be the increases. Okay, so which is increases of the which is the particular thing. Okay, that means we can identify. So what you can identify, that is the vapor pressure of the this one. Okay, the aqueous solutions of the methanol in water as a vapor pressure. That means this methanol in water, that refers to which is the total vapor pressure. That means the total vapor pressure will be the increases. Okay, now we have to identify what will be this one. Okay, here the total pressure will be the more than that of the water. Okay, so it is not equal to the water because we are adding the which is the methyl alcohol, and the vapor pressure is also becomes the more. It is not equal to the the methanol because the already what you are having, there is a the methyl alcohol in the water. There is a methyl alcohol in water, that refers to which is the total vapor pressure. So that refers to which is the more than that of the water. Always you are going to get the more than this one. Okay, but not the the less than the which one, this one. Okay, now hence in this case the option will be the which one, C. Next one. The boiling point of the benzene, methyl alcohol, aniline and also the nitrobenzene are 80 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Celsius, 184 degrees Celsius and 212 degrees Celsius respectively, which will show highest vapor pressure at room temperature. Okay, you have to remember the these relations here. Okay, the boiling point is inversely proportional to the which is the vapor pressure. This concept you have to remember. The boiling point which is inversely proportional to the which is the vapor pressure. If the boiling point is very high, the vapor pressure is the less. If the vapor pressure is very high, that is the boiling point will be the less. Okay, now we have to identify. But here they are given the boiling point. Okay, so let me write the particular the conditions here. That is the benzene, their boiling point. Okay, let me write the which is the boiling point here. They are given the which is the 80 degrees Celsius. For the methyl alcohol, they are given the which is the 65 degrees Celsius. And next thing is aniline, that is a C6H5NH2. The boiling point what they're given is the 184 degrees Celsius. And for the the nitrobenzene, and for the the nitrobenzene, the boiling point what they're given is, that is the 212. But what you have to identify is the highest vapor pressure. That means if you want to identify the highest the vapor pressure, the boiling point will be the less. That means among the particular the given condition, the boiling point will be less in the methyl alcohol. Hence the vapor pressure is the maximum. Hence the option is which one? That is the B. Okay. So next one. At certain Hill station, the pure water boils at 99.725 degrees Celsius. If Kb for water is 0.1513 degree, that is the Celsius kg per mole, the boiling point of 0.69 molar solution of urea will be. Okay, so let me take this one here. So we know the elevation in boiling point, that is the equation, that is the delta Tb. So which is equal to the I into m into Kb. For urea is a non-electrolyte, hence the I value that becomes the 1. Okay. So now here I am going to this one. Okay, I am going to split here. Okay, just go to this one here. Here we are talking about which is the boiling point here. So that is the delta. Sorry, the Tb dash minus the the Tb naught. That is the boiling point of the solution minus the boiling point of the solvent. What is the I value we are having? That is the 1. Okay. What is the molality they are given? That is the 0.69. Kb value. So they for the water they are given, that is a 0.513. Okay, so you just identify this one. What is the boiling point of the water they're given? That is the 99.725. That is Tb dash minus 99.725, which is equal to. Okay, just identify this one here. If you multiply this one here, we are going to get the 0.353. That is the 9. Okay, so what you have to identify, this is the boiling point of the solution, which is equal to 0.3539 plus 99.725. So now here we got, that is the Tb dash is nothing but the boiling point of the solution, which is equal to 100.079 degrees Celsius. Okay, hence in this case the option is which one? That is the A. Okay, so next one. If the observed and theoretical molar mass of sodium chloride is found to be 31.80 and 58.50, then the degree of dissociation of sodium chloride. Okay, so see this one here. So we know they're given which is the particular observed and theoretical molar mass. We know one of the equation of the Van 't Hoff factor. The Van 't Hoff factor is nothing but which is the ratio of normal molar mass. This is the normal molar mass to the which one? The observed molar mass. So to the which one? That is the observed molar mass. So now you just identify the normal is nothing but which is the theoretical one. Okay, that means the normal molar mass what they're given, that is the 58.50. So divided by which is the 31.80. Okay, here the value that becomes the 1.839. Okay, so see this one. What is the electrolyte they are given? That is the sodium chloride. It dissociate to give the which one? The Na plus and the Cl minus. Okay, so before dissociation the value will be the 1. Here it is a 0 and the 0. There is some degree of the dissociation alpha. Here also I can write the alpha. Now see the I value what you are going to get. The total number of the the moles. Okay, that means the total I am going to write. The total that becomes which is the 1 minus alpha plus alpha plus alpha. Here this will be cancelled. The remaining is which one? The 1 plus alpha. So we got the total number of moles. Okay. So what is I? The I is nothing but the total number of moles. Okay. That is I is nothing but which is the total number of moles after dissociation to the total number of moles before. After total is this one. Before is this one. Okay. That means I can directly write the I, which is equal to 1 plus alpha. But they're given the alpha. So we got the which is the I value. Just go this one. I value. What is the I value? They're given 1.839, which is equal to 1 plus alpha. Alpha, which is equal to, that is which on the 0.839. So this is the value what you are going to get. So for the degree of dissociation, you have to multiply the by 100. That refers to which one? That is the 83.9%. Okay, hence in this case the option will be the which one? That is the A. Okay, so next one. if a 5% solution of the cane sugar is isotonic with 0.877% of X, the molecular weight of the substance X is. Okay, let me take this one. Okay, that is isotonic means both the solution which is having the same osmotic pressure. Let me take which is the osmotic pressure like this. Okay, the osmotic pressure of the cane sugar is nothing but which is the sucrose. Okay, so which is equal to which is the particular the osmotic pressure of the X. We don't know what exactly the X is. So according to the particular the osmotic pressure, how it is related to the molar mass, that is the W2 RT divided by which is the M2 into V. Okay, I'm going to write this one here. Okay, so this is the W2 RT divided by M2 into V. This is for which is the cane sugar. And for the substance X, okay, again I'm going to write the same thing here. That is the W2 RT divided by which one, the M2 into the V. So what is the mass of the cane sugar? There again 5% means the 5 gram present in which is the 100 gram of the solution here. I'm going to keep this value as it is here. The cane sugar, okay, their molar mass is the 342. The volume of the solution will be the which one, that is the 100. Which is equal to, okay, just go to this one here. Okay, so now suppose if here I took in terms of which is the ml here, and here also I'm going to take the same thing here. Now what is the mass of this one they're given, that is the 0.877. I'm going to keep the value RT as it is. I don't know the molar mass of the X. Okay, the volume, that is this one. Actually we are supposed to take in terms of the liter, but I'm going to take in terms of which is the volume. But here this will be gets cancelled here. RT also gets cancelled. The remaining is 5 by that is the 342, which is equal to 0.877. Okay, it's a 0.877 divided by which is the M2. And finally what you have to calculate, that is the M2. That means M2 which is equal to 0.877 into 342, so divided by which is the 5. So the M2, that value that becomes which is the 59.98, that is the gram per mole. Okay, this is the value what you are going to get. Okay, hence in this case the option is which one, that is the A. Next one, 12.2 gram benzoic acid, they are given the molar mass in 100 gram water as elevation of boiling point of 0.27 degree Celsius. Kb for the water is 0.54, that is a Kelvin into kg per mole. If there is a 100% dimerization, the number of molecules of benzoic acid in associated state is. Okay, so let me take the particular the benzoic acid. Let me write this is the C6H5 COOH. This is the benzoic acid. On the which is the dimerization, okay, I'm going to write the C6H5 COOH. So here I am going to write the which is the N, because I don't know what exactly the number of molecules of benzoic acid in associated. So initially we are writing which is the 1, here it is the 0. After the which is the association, I can write this which in the 1 minus alpha. Here I can write the which is the alpha by N, because we don't know what exactly the N. Hence the I value, that is the total number of moles after the association, which is equal to, I can write it as a which is the 1 minus alpha plus alpha by N. But they're given the one more con, the alpha which is equal to 100% dissociation, hence the alpha value that becomes the 1. Okay, so see this one here. Okay, I'm going to take this one here. Okay, I'm going to keep the this value. Okay, what you have to calculate here, the N. So now in order to calculate the N, what you requires alpha. Also we got alpha, and the next thing is the I value you have to calculate. Okay, so to calculate the I value, we are writing the equation, that is the delta TB, which is equal to I into W2 into 1000 into which one, the KB, so divided by which is the M2 into W1. So this is nothing but the which is the molality here. So now they are given to the delta TB directly. Now what you have to calculate, that is the I value. Okay, let me calculate the I value. So the delta TB what they are given, 0.27 into molar mass, they are given the 122. The mass of the solute, okay, just identify this one here. So the mass of the solute will be the which one, that is the this one. Okay, sorry, here we have to calculate the which is the W1. Okay, so W1 will be the which is the mass of the solvent, so divided by, so that is the mass of the solute is the 12.2 into 1000. The KB value for this one is the 0.54. So now the I value what we got is the 0.5. But here what you have to calculate, that is the N. That means I value is the 0.5. Okay, just go to this one here. That is the 1 minus 1 plus alpha by N. Okay, just go to this one here. So now if you want to calculate the what this one alpha, that means alpha again the value I'm going to write this over the 1 here. Okay, so now see this one here 0.5n which is equal to what the 1. Okay, so that means what is n value, that is your the 1 divided by the what the 0.5, the n value that becomes your the 2. Okay, the number of there's a molecules of benzoic acid in associated state is which one, that is your the 2. The option is which one, the B. Okay, so see the next one here. The nature of mixture obtained by mixing the 50 ml of 0.1 molar sulfuric acid and 50 ml of 0.1 molar NaOHs. Okay, it is a neutralization reaction. Okay, let me take in this form here. So the given conditions. Okay, for the sulfuric acid concentration what they're given 0.1 molar, and the volume will be the what, the 50 ml. So for the sodium hydroxide, the concentration is 0.1 molar. The volume is also the which is the 50 ml. Okay, so it is a which is the acid base. There is the reactions here. Let me take in this form here. Neutralization A1 M1 V1 which is equal to A2 M2 V2. So this one I can take it as a which is the sulfuric acid. And this one I am going to take it as a which is the sodium. Okay, I am going to keep the word the one of the volume as it is here, either the sulfuric acid or the sodium acid. Let me take the word I am going to keep this value as it is here. So what is the basicity of the sulfuric acid, that is the word the 2. What is the concentration, they are given 0.1. I am going to keep this value, already we are given, so just I am going to keep the word you can take either V1 as a word the same or as the V2 as the same. I am going to keep this value as it is here. Okay, now see this one. So the acidity of the sodium hydroxide is what the 1, concentration is 0.1, the volume what they are given, that is what the 50. So the V1 which is equal to which is what the 1 into 0.1 into 50, so divided by the what the 2 into 0.1. Okay, this will be gets cancelled. So here this will be the what the 25. Okay, that means so out of 50 ml of sulfuric acid, just identify out of 50 ml of sulfuric acid, only 25 ml is reacted with which one, that is what the sodium hydroxide. That means this information, that means from this one we got the information that the what the 25 ml of 0.1 molar sulfuric acid reacted with 0.1 molar, okay, that is what the 25 ml, that is what the sodium hydroxide. What is the volume they are given, that is what the 50 ml. Okay, that means 25 ml of 0.1 molar sulfuric acid reacted with 50 ml of 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide, but still in the reaction mixture what you are having, the 25 ml. That means the remaining acid, if I are talking about the what the remaining, that is what the sulfuric acid is, out of 50 ml 25 ml is what the reactor, the remaining will be the what the 25 ml. That means in the reaction mixture there is a presence of the which one, the acid. Okay, and the solution becomes what the acidic, and the option is which one, A. So next one. In a 0.2 molar aqueous solution of a weak acid HX, the degree of ionization is 0.3. The freezing point of this solution will be nearest to. Okay, just identify here. Here they are given the molar. Okay, so let me take in the but here the what the freezing point of solutions will be nearest to. That means I can take the what the 0.2 molar as a which is the molar. Okay, just identify this one. So here they given the which is the what the weak electrolyte. That means you the ionization, which ionizes to give the what the H plus and the which is the what the X minus. Initially before that is the what the ionization we are having what the 1. Here it is what the 0 0. Here it is what the alpha will be the degree of the what the dissociation or ionization. Here we are going to have the what the alpha and alpha. What is the total we are having? The total number of moles after the ionization is the what the 1 minus alpha plus alpha plus alpha. That means what we got, that is the what the 1 plus alpha. Okay, so what is I value? The total number of moles after ionizations to the what the total number of moles before ionization. That means I can directly write 1 plus alpha. Okay, I value we got, that is what the 1 plus the what the alpha, and also they are given the which is the degree of ionization. Okay, the degree of ionization will be the which is the what the point. That means I value that becomes the what 1 plus 0.3 which is equal to which is the what the 1.3. Okay, so now we have to identify. That means you have to identify the what the freezing point here. So we know the what the elevation in the what the freezing point, that is what the equation, that is which is equal to I into molality into which is what the Kf. Okay, so this one I am going to split this one. That is the freezing point of the solvent minus the freezing point of the solution. What is the I value we got? 1.3. Here I'm going to take it as the 0.2 as it is here. Okay, so the Kf value for water is 1.82. so here you just identify here, especially the freezing point of the which one the water, okay, in terms of the degree Celsius, that will be the 0 degree. So minus the the Tf dash, which is equal to, okay, so if suppose if I multiply this one here, we are going to get 0. That is the 473 we are going to get. Okay, so just identify this one here. So now the Tf dash, okay, just go this one, the Tf dash, which is equal to, okay, suppose if I convert here, this becomes the minus 0.473 degree Celsius. Its nearest value is which one? That is the B. Okay, that means here not the exact, the freezing point of the solution will be nearest to which one? That is the minus 0.473 degree Celsius, nearest to which one? Minus 0.48 degree Celsius. Next one. The vapor pressure of the solution having 2.0 gram of solute X. So they are given the which in the molar atomic mass, that is the 32 gram per mole. In 100 gram of the carbon disulfide, they are given the vapor pressure, that is the 854 torr is. Okay, so again they are given the particular the vapor pressure of the solution, that is the 848.9 torr. The molecular formula of the solute is, okay. So just you have to identify the what exactly the particular the molecular formula. Okay, so you just identify they are given the solute. What is the solute they are given? That is the X. So I don't know the molecular formula. I can take it as a which is the Xn. That means I have to calculate what exactly the N. Okay, now see this one. So we know the relative lowering of vapor pressure equation, that is the P naught minus P dash divided by the P naught, which is equal to W2 into M1 divided by the which is the M2 into W1. Okay, so here they are given the value. There is a vapor pressure of the solvent, that is this one, that is the 854 minus the which is the 848.9 divided by the which is the 854. So here they are given the mass. What is the mass they are given? That is the 2. Okay, that is the molar mass of the which is the carbon disulfide will be the 76. Okay, so we don't know the molar mass of the solute into which is the 100. We have to calculate the M2. Okay, that means M2, that value that becomes the which one? This is the 2 into 76 into 854. Okay, so divided by, that is the 5.1 into 100. Hence the M2 value, if you do the calculations here, we are going to get, that is the 254.52. Okay, this is the molar mass what we got. It is nothing but the gram per mole. But what you have to calculate, that is the molar mass of which is the Xn. That means this one N we have to calculate. So that means the number of atom is nothing but the N, the number of atoms which is equal to the molar mass, that is which one, the 254.52. Okay, so divided by, what is the atomic mass they are given? That is the 32. So here the value what we are going to get is 7.9, approximately equal to the that's the 8. That means N value we got. Hence, therefore, the molecular formula is, that is the X8. The molecular formula what we got here, that is the X8, and the option is which one? That is the D. Okay, next one. The relationship between the osmotic pressure P at 273 Kelvin when 10 gram, okay, so when 10 gram glucose, 10 gram urea, the 10 gram sucrose are dissolved in the 250 ml of the water. Okay, so now we have to identify this one, the relationship between the osmotic pressure of these solutions here. Okay, so we know the osmotic pressure, that is the equation, that is equal to the pi, which is equal to which is the I into CRT. Okay, so this suppose if we expand the concentration term, that is equal to the I, which is I into W2 RT divided by the which is the M2 into the V. Okay, but here just identify, they are given the glucose, again the urea, and also the sucrose, that is sucrose. So that refers to which is the non-electrolyte. So that refers to which is the non-electrolyte. Okay, it neither dissociate nor associate. Hence, I value that becomes the 1. Okay, so this one you have to remember. Okay, you just identify the R and the T and see the volume. That means this will be the remains the same here. That means I can directly write the which one. The osmotic pressure is inversely proportional to which is the molar mass. Inversely proportional to which is the molar mass. Okay, so let me take the this one. So I can take the glucose here. Okay, this is the glucose. They are given the osmotic pressure, I can write as a P1, and the next thing is the urea. So urea, so the pressure will be the osmotic pressure will be the P2, and again we are having a which is the sucrose here. Okay, in the sucrose I'm going to write it as a which is the that is the P3. Okay, you just identify what is the molar mass of the this one. Okay, the molar mass I can write it as the M2. Molar mass is the N 180, and what will be this one, the M2 for the molar mass for the urea is the 60. For sucrose the molar mass will be the which is the 342. But what you have to identify, so which is having a higher, that is which is the osmotic pressure. Just identify. As the osmotic pressure, if you want to increase, the molar mass should be the less. That means we can easily say that the osmotic pressure for the urea is more. Okay, next comes the which one, that is the osmotic pressure for the which is the glucose, and next will be the the sucrose. Okay, this is the particular the relation. That means the osmotic pressure is inversely proportional to the molar mass, because in all the case that there is a 10 gram, here also 10 gram, here also 10 gram, and here also we are having the 10 gram. Okay, so that means the osmotic pressure is more for the urea, because the molar mass is the less. Okay, hence you have to identify the particular option. The option is a which one, that is the B. Okay, so next one, what is the concentration of the nitrate ions when equal volume of 0.1 molar sodium nitrate and 0.1 molar sodium chloride are mixed? Okay, so see this one here. So now we have to identify what happens. Okay, we are having it on the 0.1 molar, that is the silver nitrate. Okay, so whenever it is mixed with, okay, I'm going to mix with the which one, the 0.1 molar, that is the NaCl. Okay, just identify this one here. Here, what you have to identify, what is the concentration of the nitrate? Okay, let me write this one here. If you take the AgNO3, so whenever it is mixed, this is the solution. Whenever it is mixed with the 0.1 molar sodium chloride, that means we can identify the Ag plus and the NO3 minus. Okay, what is the initial concentration? 0.1 molar, and here also what you can identify 0.1 molar and also the 0.1 molar. Okay, so now you just identify. Let me take the dilution equation, that is the M1V1 which is equal to which is the M2V2. This is the before dilution, and this is the which is the after dilution. Okay, but see the next one here, when equal volumes, they are given the equal volumes. Okay, let me take the this one. So before dilution, what is the concentration of silver nitrate? This is the 0.1. Okay, into V. I'm going to take the V because it is a which in the equal volumes. Okay, so now which is equal to, so I'm going to keep the concentration after the dilution, that is the M2. Okay, just identify after the this one. That means here the you just identify here, that is the V2 will be the which one, that is the before the dilution, sorry, after dilutions here. That means we are having a which in the V1 which is equal to V2 which is equal to the which is the V, because we are having which is the equal volume. So hence I can write it as a V2 is nothing but the which one, the V plus V. Okay, so now what you are going to have, 0.1 into V which is equal to which one, I can write it as a which one, that is the M2 into 2V. M2 into which one, the 2V. Okay, so what is M2? 0.1V divided by the which one, that is the 2V. Okay, so M2 what we got, that is the 0.0, that is the 5 molar. That means whenever the silver nitrate mixed with 0.1 molar silver, the sodium chloride, the volume will be the same, the concentration will be the decrease. Okay, remember one concept here, sodium chloride. That means you just identify the word. Here the word the concentration, here the word the volume added, the volume added in total volume. That is the total volume in the the mixture. That means here the sodium chloride does not affect. Okay, just remember one thing, sodium chloride does not affect the which is the concentration, does not affect the concentration, but volume, that means you are going to add the volume, you just identify, but the volume added in the total volume in the mixture, that will be the effects. That means initially, say for example, initially we are angling with the 50 ml of AgNO3, and again we are angling with the 50 ml of the which is the NaCl. That means when you mix together the volume will be the increase. Okay, that means the volume will be the increase, and the concentration of the nitrate decreases. Okay, because the NaCl does not affect, but the volume will be affect, which decrease the which on the concentration, and the option will be the which one, that is the C. Okay, so next one, the correct observations. Okay, just identify this one here. Okay, so let me take the first one here. Okay, the first one, what they are given, urea, concentration is 0.1 molar. Second one, they're given the which is the NaCl, the concentration is 0.1 molar. For the third one, they're given the which is the calcium chloride, the concentration is the 0.1 molar. 0.1 molar. Okay, so see this one here. What you have to calculate here, what is the observation we can identify? The vapor pressure of solution first is lowest, relative lowering of vapor pressure is maximum in 3, freezing point is maximum in the which one, that is the 3, boiling point is minimum for the which is the 2. Okay, you just identify what is the I value for this one, because it is a non-electoral, the I value is the 1, here the I value which is equal to which is the 2, here the I value which is equal to the 3. So remember the one of the concept, but here the colligative property is depending upon the number of the solute particles, but not the which in the nature of the solute particles. Okay, we are all there given the colligative property except the first one. The vapor pressure of the solution is not a colligative property, but the relative lowering of vapor pressure is a which one, the colligative property. Okay, just identify this one. As you increase the number of the particles, okay, so you just identify the relative lowering of vapor pressure is maximum, because the colligative property is depending upon the number of the solute particles, but not the nature of the solute particle. That means you just identify this one here, that is the relative lowering of vapor pressure is this one. Okay, just identify this one, which is equal to which is the I into the x. That means as you increase this value is also what increases. Okay, the freezing point of the freezing point is maximum for the 3, but actually the freezing point will be the less for the 3. The boiling point of is minimum for the second one. They're given that the boiling point is the minimum. The minimum is value for the which is the urea, because the number of particles is the 1. Okay, hence in this case the option is the which is the B. Okay, this is the correct observation.